the 2-4 Browns.
Booyah, Mike Rob.
7-0 Patriots. New England's defense just suffocating opponents this season. They've only allowed 3 touchdowns all season long.
Man, who they played, though?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Cleveland, they're coming off a bye, and they need a win if they want any shot at the postseason.
I ain't gonna touch that one.
I know. Our Mike Giardi, he has more from Foxborough.
Tom Brady brought a ton of energy to the podium on Friday when he spoke to us. And Brady normally does that when he feels good about the week of practice. But he got an extra boost from the acquisition of Mohamed Sanu. He said they've had a very good week of practice together and that Sanu brings the juice when he's on the field. The juice, I said. Well, we got to talk to Mohamed Sanu and ask him. So I did just that. And he said, not only do I bring the juice, but I bring the squeeze. I said, well, you got to define that for me. What does the squeeze mean? What does that mean? And he said, you'll just have to see coming up. Sanu, obviously a very productive player for Atlanta. And if you put him on the Patriots receiving chart, he's probably only number 2 behind Julian Edelman.
All right, Giardi, thank you for that. The juice and the squeeze. Got it. The Patriots, they're first in scoring offense and scoring defense right now. Only 2 teams have pulled that off for an entire season. The 96 Packers and the undefeated Dolphins in 72. Yeah, both those teams, the one thing in common, they went to the Super Bowl. But D-Hall, the Patriots defense, they haven't played anybody yet with the weapons that the Browns have. So if the Browns can put it together on offense, I mean, how do you see this one playing out?
You know, you talk about if the Browns can put it together, and you talk about how New England hasn't really played those explosive type of guys. They're going to see them this week. But the problem is, can those guys, can OBJ, can Jarvis Landry, not only get open, but can Baker get them the football? Because Baker hasn't been as consistent as we would have liked to see him so far this season. You know, you think about what he did last year, and you see OBJ and Jarvis, and you're like, man, they should definitely exploit these matchups, right? So this will be a chance really for the New England Patriots to face some really explosive receivers and really give this defense a test. On the other side of that, though, to get to Tom Brady, I say hurt. I meant hurt that offense. To get to Tom Brady is Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett has to constantly apply pressure to Tom Brady in that pocket. Olivier Vernon as well. To me, those guys, you know, you heard Jarvis Landry make the comments about, you know, we feel like we're going to go get a win, right? Because they feel like they're healthy. They're healthy on defense in the secondary. If they have a chance to beat New England, it's right now with their healthy guys on defense. Myles Garrett's playing great. And offensively, like I said earlier, they have to get the ball to their playmakers.
We showed the Ravens game, one of the best games they played. It was the best game they played offensively. Because the Ravens focused so much on Beckham, and Marlon Humphrey was up in his face, and they were doubling him, that everybody else was open.
Opened it up.
You know what Beckham said it this week. You know what Belichick is going to do. He's going to try and take him away. So don't feel like you got to force him the ball. Use him. Let the attention go there. Decoy, whatever you want to say. Don't
they got to fix the drops, too, though. I mean, they're 3rd in the league right now.
Just catch the ball. I mean, I can't solve everything.
I mean, the Callaway catch should have been a touchdown, right? Now it's an interception.
Could have been a better throw.
It could have been a better throw, too. Yeah, but
let's just be honest. I mean, this will probably be the best collection of talent that the New England Patriots have faced this season, right? And to me, it's about can these playmakers make the plays, and not just catching the ball down the field, but maybe when this blitz package comes that the New England Patriots has that's been scaring all types of quarterbacks, okay, catch the ball and break some tackles. And, of course, I got some film to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Look at that picture. Look at that.
You mean ghosts?
Look at that. It's zero coverage, okay? Every defender is within 7 to 8 yards of the line of scrimmage. Quarterback, you have to know right here you're going to get something exotic, okay? And this is how you beat this. You don't have to throw the ball 50 yards down the football field. Throw a slant. Throw it out. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers as fast as possible. Now, Jarvis Landry, you got to go make a play. You look at right here again, zero coverage. Every defender is within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. Quarterback, that's when you're alert. Your antennas goes up, okay? There's going to be an extra defender. I'm going to have to deal with him with the throw. How am I going to deal with it? You see New England. You have an extra defender going wide open. If there is nobody open, you have to eat this sack. But this is what you can't do. You can't turn the football over and give the ball back to Tom Brady and this offense. I love that graphic. Can I get a meme?
I feel like you're slightly biased about it, but it is really good. I like it too.
I love that. But at the end of the day, it's about the playmakers for the Cleveland Browns making the plays. It's about Baker Mayfield making the right decision with the football when all of these things are happening on third down. I think they're only giving up like a 14% conversion rate on third down. That's crazy. I think that's like Madden numbers. How is that real?
Yeah, but not to mention, like, we haven't talked about Nick Chubb yet, who's averaging over 100 yards per game. And I know this Patriots defense is so good. They're second best run defense in the league. They've only allowed 2 rushing yards so far this season. And you have to wonder, though, if the Patriots run defense, if their numbers are maybe slightly inflated because teams are trying to pass on them.
And catch up.
Right.
Like goes back to D. Hall's point. That defense, the Cleveland Browns defense, got to put the pressure on New England's offense so that your offense stays in competition with New England Patriots offense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that's how you're going to be able to kind of control the game with Nick Chubb, keep them off the field. But against this defense, I don't know. What do you?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, look, it's the Browns' offensive line that we talked about. Thank you for that look. I wish it was on camera. D'Angelo went, yes, like that. And this was the point at which I was going to tell you guys that Greg Robinson, the left tackle, is getting benched for this game. Well, then Greg announced it yesterday.
Yeah.
Thanks, Greg. I really appreciate it. But I'm still looking for these Browns, as we get closer to Tuesday's trading deadline, to continue these discussions about a potential tackle to bring in from the outside.
Trent Williams.
They've tried for Trent.
Yep.
I mentioned to you last week here, they've been trying, and the Redskins are saying, nope, not now at least, maybe in the offseason. But they've talked to some other guys. Man, the names have been mentioned. We'll see if John Dorsey decides to pull the trigger here and realizes it is of utmost importance.
And we've seen Baker Mayfield make these mistakes in games too. I mean, he has these interceptions. He leads the league right now in interceptions with 11. And when you have Devin McCourty on the other side, who has 5 interceptions already this season, this team is so good, the Patriots defense, at taking the ball away. So if they're going to pressure Baker Mayfield, take advantage of that offensive line, they might be able to force him into a lot of mistakes.
But like D. Hall has been saying for the last couple of weeks, right? Defensive backs just sit back there and wait for the ball to come to them. It's zero coverage. Everybody's at the line of scrimmage. DBs play off. Quarterbacks try to throw the ball deep. Why? Just take the out, take the slant, take something and let your playmakers go eat.
And use your athleticism sometimes. I remember when we used to send blitzes for Tony Romo. And Tony always let that one end man on the line of scrimmage free. But he always moved away from the blitz. And most quarterbacks are running to the blitz. Come on, man. Watch him film.
We will see what happens in New England. Bill Belichick on the verge of yet another milestone. He's going for his 300th win tomorrow. Only 2 coaches have more right now, Don Shula and George Hallis. So
I think they end up renaming the Lombardi Trophy one day.
Oh, it's kind of crazy. By the way, Belichick's first win as a head coach.
Have you seen it?
Do you guys care about when Belichick's first win as a head coach was? Because it's pretty great. Yeah.
It was against
when his Browns, they beat, that's right, the Patriots. So look, it all comes full circle.
So he'll get 300. He got 1.